Alright guys, your buddy Kintips here. Check this out. So I have my GPU risers right here. Okay, so I'll show you guys. Alright, here's the GPU riser. Check that out. So I'm going to be building my mining rig right now. I'm going to take apart my old Dell 5675 and I'm going to use the parts to build it. So my Dell 5675 is on its last legs anyway, so I'm just gonna give it new life and make it a mining rig. So this here is a mining frame, so I'm gonna open this up and I'll show you what it looks like. And these here are PCIe splitters for the power supply. I should be able to use my old power supply to do this anyways. So, and here is the mining frame. Check that out. Here's all the adhesives to stick things together. So here is the parts, and it's actually pretty small. So this will fit about I'm thinking about maybe 4 or 5 GPUs. It lists like 6 to 8, but you're really not gonna have any space if you do that. So yeah. All right, guys, stay tuned. I'm gonna build it soon. And I'll probably show you some videos. I have to gut my old Dell first, so you'll see me doing a video on that as well. Alright, stay tuned, guys. Fitting it together, that mining frame right now. Here's what comes in the package. Lots of screws, power button, which is pretty cool. And you got mounting screws for the motherboard, and instruction manual. So let's do this. So as you can see, I have part of the frame set up. It's pretty easy actually. I put a couple of screws together. It has instructions clearly labeled. Yeah, it's actually smaller than I thought though. Look how, here's my hand, and here's how big the frame is. It's actually a really small frame, so it's nice because I like small, because that way it's easy to carry, more portability, right? So I just hope my motherboard fits on this thing. So it's a Dell motherboard, right? So, you know, Dell motherboards have different sizes. So hopefully it doesn't just, you know, come right off the center here. But yeah. All right, guys, I'll stay tuned. I'm gonna get it all done, and I'll be back. Check this out. The mining frame's all done. As you can see, it's actually pretty small. It's not that big. Here's my hand. So it's probably 2.5 hands. So it's actually not that big. So and it's light. You lift this with like one hand, no problem. So yeah, so I still have lots of screws left over. Yeah, like all that stuff. So I'm gonna get this all hooked up. I need to transfer all my data over, and then I'll get the motherboard and everything else set up. I gotta gut the Dell. Gutting the Dell is gonna be the hardest part actually, guys. So because it's the case, the way the case is held together, it's like soldered on. So that's the hardest part. So anyways, that's gonna be the hardest part. Stay tuned, guys. I'll be back. Guys, your buddy Kintips here. Check this out. This is my Dell 5675, which I'm gonna gut. I've moved everything over to my new computer, the Asus ROG Strix, and I'm gonna use that as my primary computer. But take a look. So 32 gigs RAM. You really don't need 32 gigs RAM to do a mining machine, but whatever. I'm just using the old board. But there's the NVMe all set, the Wi-Fi card. This is gonna be tough. So I'm not sure where I'm gonna attach the Wi-Fi signal on the mining rig. I guess I'll put it on some sort of metal part. Yeah, so this thing's gonna be a bitch to take out. First things first, we're gonna unhook the hard drives, power supply. Might have to get this out first. Yeah, there's a lot of running parts in this thing. So the front I/O is attached there to one of those blue cables right there. So as you can see, it's going to be a lot more involved than what it seems. Like, you can't just, you know, unscrew everything and be done with it, unfortunately. So this motherboard also has 2 NVMe slots. So it's good, but you're only ever going to need one. So, but yeah, all right, guys. There's also a CD-ROM in here, which, well, it'll be a spare part for me for a lot of things now. Yeah, alright guys. Yeah, I'll be back. I'm gonna get this slow and steady. Probably gonna do the hard drives first. They're the easiest. So, alright, stay tuned, guys. So I got the hard drive out of there, as you can see. I'm actually gonna keep all the screws too, so I can use them for other computers and parts. So yeah, so as you can see, all of these things are still hooked up. Next thing we're going to remove is this bracket, which makes it easy to get to the video card. And you can see all the plugins for the CPU power. I'm also, it's good that you document this because you need to put it all together again. But this here, that Wi-Fi thing is really gonna bother me because it's on top of the case. And I don't even know how this plastic part comes off. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of trial and error, but I'm gonna probably remove the fans next. These are just easy, like these ones here. The new ones I just put in, I'll remove those. Bracket first, fans, and then yeah, maybe we'll get to it. Power supply is not even hooked in, so that'll be easy to pull out. So, alright guys, stay tuned for more. I'll be back. Okay, so I've removed all the casing here, the metal case, the bracket, unplugged this. I'm gonna remove the LED light bar. Actually, it went from here, and you can actually unplug it. It actually has some nice LEDs, and it's plugged in on the top of the motherboard right there, right next to the CPU. It says front light. Well, it says light number 2. That's what it says. Light number 2. Alright guys, stay tuned. I'll be back. Unplug that. So I removed the light pins from the LED there. Now the power switch is actually kind of interesting. I see 6 pins on the power switch. Sorry, maybe 3 or 4. So it's probably because it has an LED on the power switch. So the one that came with the mining rig only has 2 pins. So I gotta actually read the motherboard. Okay, so we're gonna remove this here. That's a cable there for something. It says USB 2.0. That's probably the front I/O USB 2.0. So, all right. Next thing, I'm probably gonna unplug the fan. So, as you see, this back fan here, it says system fan, sys fan, but it's just the back fan. So, all right, here we go. So as I removed the back fan, you just have to slide it up, unplug it from that system fan thing. The next thing is I removed this screw right here on the top, and if you do that, you can actually just push this back, which is this part right here, and it opens up, and you can get the top plastic piece off, which looks like this. There we go. Get the top plastic piece off. So it's held together by one screw, actually. So if you look there. Alright. Now if you look at the top, it's all metal, but it's also pretty dirty. But there's the power switch right there that you can take it out. And there's the Wi-Fi. Alright guys, stay tuned. I'll get more of this taken apart. Okay, so I got most of this front off now. There's a couple of hidden screws behind the Dell logo. So you have to actually take this out, or else you won't be able to take off the front. So yeah, so I'm gonna work on this side now. The fans. Yeah, get all the cables out of here, and then get the power supply out. So, and the video card. All right, stay tuned, guys. Alright, guys. So you have to unplug these before you can get the front panel out, or else you're gonna take the front I/O with you because it's secured on that side. So video card's out, and I'm gonna try to remove all these SATA cables next, and then power supply. And power supply should be pretty easy. So there's the 24-pin connector right there, the CPU connector right there, so to power the CPU. That's about it. Then you got all these little switches for the motherboard, and that's something later. So Yeah, power supply. All right, I got the fans out already, so all right, stay tuned, guys. So I got the DVD-ROM drive out. Check that out if you guys want to see the label. That's what the Dell uses. It's a really small drive, actually. So here's the back connectors. It's got a serial ATA power and a just a SATA data port. So all right, and it plugged into this thing right here. That's the serial ATA there. Some power supplies don't come with this. I believe I had to take this from the old original Dell power supply. So you want to keep that cable because if you ever want to plug it in, you're gonna need that cable. So, all right, let's do this. Guys, so I got the power supply out. So as you can see, 24 pin connector unplugged, the CPU power unplugged, and then we're gonna remove these front IOs in a second. But I'm actually gonna work on the case. So you see these both? This will get the bottom flap off. So yeah, so stay tuned, guys. So as you can see, this motherboard actually has 4 slots for video cards, so which is gonna be pretty neat. Yeah, once I get it all set up. Stay tuned, guys. I still have this to work on. There's the USB 2.0. There's the what is that, light? That's the front light. This could be unplugged. And SATA, this is the front IO with the, you know, the SD card reader, all that shit. So, and then this here is probably more front IO stuff. So what is this? M.2 controller, what the fuck? Oh, that's more front IO stuff. Alright, guys, stay tuned, I'll be back. Yeah, I'm gonna work on the case. I got the front IO taken out. As you can see, they're blue, they're all color coded. So here's the front IO. So as you can see, yellow goes to yellow, green goes to green, blue goes to blue, black goes to black, and then you got this audio cable. This is the front audio for your headphone jack and shit. So it goes right there, the front audio. So, but if you want to see this front IO on the Dell, it's actually a really good front IO. You got the USB-C, you got the audio ports, you got the SD card reader, all built in. So if you ever want to reinstall this, it might not be a bad idea when you have your mining rig. Because you can then read off SD cards and shit. So, but yeah, all right. Let's. This is, like I said, this is a hassle to remove all this stuff. I'm gonna work on this cable next, and then I need to work on the Wi-Fi cables from there, and then the power switch is gonna be last because I have to figure out how to get that power switch out of there. So, all right, stay tuned, guys. I'll be back. So I'm taking off the screws right now. I got the Wi-Fi removed there. The power switch is going to be a pain in the ass. I'll show you guys. I actually have to remove this plastic tab right here. So I'll probably just cut it off without breaking the power switch. As you can see, the power switch is a little different. It's a 5-pin power switch. So I don't know which 2 jumpers or 2 things that you need for power, so maybe I'll figure that out later. So, but yeah, it's almost done. Just unscrewing the motherboard now. So stay tuned. Motherboard out. As you can see, here's the Wi-Fi there dangling. But I want to show you guys the back. This heatsink is glued to the motherboard. Like, what the fuck? You can't remove it without damaging the motherboard. Like, why would you do that? Stupid Dell. Alright. Anyways, it is secure, so I'll tell you that. So, anyways, I'm gonna install this in the mining rig. I still have to get the power button out of this thing here, so stay tuned. I'll be back, guys. Gonna try to break off the tabs. So I got the frame here. I got all the parts out of the Dell. So I'm gonna install the power supply. We're gonna put it right here where that little knob is. And the motherboard goes on this side. We're gonna put some spacers so the motherboard's not touching the bottom there. So, all right, stay tuned, guys. I'll be right back. The motherboard is in. Check this out. It was hard to get the screws on there, but I got it on. There it is, all set. Now, time to hook the power supply, do the risers. That's gonna be the hard part. I'm not sure how I'm gonna orient it, so, but yeah, stay tuned, guys. I'll be back. As you can see, it's almost all done. I have the splitters hooked up. So here is a PCIe splitter. It splits it into the power socket on the riser. The USB connects to the motherboard right there. There's the riser in one of the slots. So I can put another 3 more in there, so that will be good. And I still have 4 PCIe power cables, so I'm just gonna tidy up the cables now and add an extra couple of fans, and we should be good. So the fans I'm gonna use are the 120 mil fans. So I'll probably put that in on it later, but I'm gonna test run it now. So stay tuned, guys. It's running right now. I didn't put down the fan, so the stupid Dell thing is testing it. So I'm gonna have to install a 120 mil fan to those system fans. So it doesn't have to do this, but everything's lighting up. Everything's good. I have a display. Alright, check this out. Alright, I have it all set up. As you can see, there we go. It boots up. It's working.